Plat 1 currently. This would have been Plat 3 at the time. Been sick. 800 DPI, 1.04 in game. That's about half my sense. That's pretty low. I've been mainly tanking, but trying to play support, since I will always be able to play tank. I struggle against dive or brawl, so any comp. My mains are Luna, Mantis, Cloak for support, and a small note. I have pretty noticeable ADHD, so sometimes I won't pick up on things or I get locked in on something specific. Yeah, it seems like you're kind of using that as an excuse for something. If you're always using ADHD as an excuse, I was diagnosed when I was like 16 or whatever. If you're always using it as an excuse, then you always have like a safety net, but that doesn't change the fact that something is still happening. It doesn't give you an excuse for it to happen, and you need to learn to sort of play with what you have. Play with the cards you're dealt. So if you have ADHD, you have to learn systems and other things in order to work around it. You never want to, you don't always want to have to introduce yourself as having ADHD, because it makes it sound like much more of a debuff than it really is. It's sort of a buff in a lot of ways. Without going in, without ranting about this too long, I would try to visualize it as a buff. Be able to switch your attention very quickly to other things. And that is a buff. My main goal is awareness improvement on positioning based on enemy body language. Everything I'm doing well, I'd like to know, enforcing good habits, and obviously looking at recurrent problems and fixing the bad ones. Okay. So, alright, normal VOD review, let's do this. Where are you at? Okay, Luna. Great pick. So far, this is great. Kind of a wide angle. You want to be careful with that. Yeah, I think traditionally in these lower ranks, you just want to play normally, like front to back. Like you are sitting in the back, sitting behind your team. You guys rolled out so well, and now it's just instantly a mess. I think based on what's going on, this is totally fine. Everything you're doing is great. It's not your job to be breaking those, especially in this scenario. I mean, it is your job. You should try to break walls as much as you can. But if anybody's low at all, then it's instantly your job to be shooting them. You're too far out, so you keep getting walled off, and this guy has an angle on you. The best place you can be right now, I'll show you two spots. You can be right here, and this is pristine, or even like stacked on your on the people that you need to be healing. But if you keep getting walled like this, and you also have this guy peeking you, then you're gonna get isolated, or these guys are gonna get isolated, and you won't be able to heal them if you're dead. Can't do healing if you're dead. Can't do damage if you're dead. You're just playing super far. Maybe look for a snowball or a sleep on that guy. Wait, what did you sleep on in the first place? Wait, what? Yeah, it seems like you just use it to use it. It is what it is. This is fine. You're doing damage and healing. Good. Yeah, so the only thing here is positioning. Obviously, you want your team to be playing on point here. No reason to push up. All right, great. No, I think that was fine other than the things I pointed out. Just randomly using your sleep. Sleep is so important. If somebody sees you using your sleep, they're just going to dive you for free pretty much. So you only want to use it if it's like pretty much guaranteed. This is all fine. Just try to do all this healing and stuff from the point, because you can just get extra value by being on the point. Do we have ult here? Ooh. Wow. That was really close. Nice. Pretty much never worth it to swap off healing when you're in this ult. You're doing this great. Ah. Let's see. Seems like you had a decent amount of time to react to this. Yeah. When does he cast his ult? Yeah, not really anywhere you could go there. It's kind of unlucky. Revive failed. Ah, it is what it is. You just have a rocket, so you don't have a defensive ult for that. I was gonna say that your hero pool is decent. If you're really looking to carry, I think Loki would be a great character to try to learn. Kind of a Hail Mary on that sleep. It's fine. Every single heal needs to be... This is not worth it. You can probably just jump up there, I think, with your sprint and jump. Every single shot, you need to imagine it is like being used correctly, or being used to do healing if you can, realistically. Like, they're putting any shots into wall when you could just walk to the left of it is much more worth. Wait, no, any ADHD. Any shot, every shot needs to be healing or damage, basically. Like, it's not your job to break walls, is what I'm trying to say. Holy shit. I think this is fine. So far, like, your snowflake usage has been great. You've been using great shifts. Yeah, this is all fine. Need to be hitting those for real. Not hitting them, but like, not that one in particular, but you need to be, if you're throwing a sleep, it needs to be hitting. Like, it should be 75% guaranteed hit. And those are the ones you're going for. But so far, this is totally fine. We have our ult. We're probably saving it for, what, Punisher ult? Hella ult, maybe. Storm ult would be great, too. Not your fault that guy died, I don't think. He was just way deep. Could you have saved him, though? Is it possible that we could have saved this guy? Maybe. Like, if you're good enough, nobody's dying on Luna, you know? I don't think you really need to use the clap there. Oh man, this is getting into use your ult territory. Yeah. Yep. If you weren't shooting that wall, like, if you didn't shoot this wall and you just walked around and tried to heal your team, both these guys probably live. Like, you could have maybe jumped left, you jumped right, but you're just staring at the wall just because it's in front of you. Oh, it was on damage when you started. Why did it start with damage? I feel like that's not your fault either. Yeah, it's cooked. When you're on healer, just because somebody is super giga out of position, and it's not your fault if they die, there's a good chance that you can keep them alive, you know? So try to do that pretty much as much as possible. If it's not that difficult to keep them alive, or you think that you might be able to get them alive without feeding, then go for it. Prioritizing heals here. Yep. You probably could have lived through that if you healed them before you got Groot ulted. I'm sure you know this, but if the target you're healing has a snowflake on them, the E, it does extra healing. It doesn't have to be on somebody else for the snowflake to affect them. So here is probably a good chance to just flip it over to the Strange and then keep on going. Keep on healing him and then flick it back to whoever it was on. Yeah, like, your team just hasn't regrouped in a long time. So it's going to be a lot of just dying and staggering and people not regrouping. It's probably like this for the rest of the game, to be honest. Yeah, I'm probably popping ult here. This is cooked, bro. What do you think of this old man? What could we have done differently here? Could we have done anything different? That guy just goes way too early. He gets fucked up. We probably could have used our shift to keep him alive instead of ulting like we did. I'm gonna put this on slow motion or slow down. So yeah, using your shift here definitely would have been good. Kind of randomly throw our sleep. I think it maybe hits somebody somehow.
Judge, jury, executioner.
This doesn't really apply now, but with Luna you can kind of tank some of the executioner, like, you know, maybe jiggle peek it a little bit, and this is going to require some practice for sure. But if you're like jiggle peeking it and you're letting it drop you a little low and then you're not peeking it, kind of advanced maybe, but it can prevent your team from just getting fucking blasted if you just like tank some damage for them, because you know you have guaranteed healing it. I think everything is fine here, really. They just have a combo, you die for free. Alright, what's next? Yeah, don't be afraid of using your shift early. Oh, God, he just wants to die, bro. This is cooked. That was crazy. That stagger was crazy. I think your sense might be too low, man. There's a lot of time where your snowflake is not getting value. And it could be getting a ton of value if it was on your strange here. You're doing this thing where when you're trying to hit somebody, let's say I'm trying to hit the this guy. I'm not gonna move my mouse right now. This is something you can do where you just move your body instead of moving your mouse, and you let your crosshair cross over the person, and then you shoot. But you're trying to move your crosshair onto him, which is fine. But you're also moving your body in a sporadic motion when you could just do one or the other, either stand still and shoot, or just move your body onto them and shoot. You don't always have to go for like crazy montage flicks, you know? Like if you stand still for a second, but it's guaranteed... Hang on, I'm gonna go back. If you stand still for a second, and it's guaranteed that both of you and the person you're shooting at, get a hit on each other, you win because he's 1 health. So you're doing that thing where you're over flicking with because you're moving your crosshair the perfect amount in order to hit him, but you're also moving your body the perfect amount, so it's like over flicking. You're gonna want to be at an angle here where you can hit everybody, so just standing right here, and then you can get an angle on this guy. If you're standing here and then trying to hit him, it's like you're playing catch up each time. You have to move in order to hit him, and then you move back for some reason. But if you're just standing here, you can hit everybody and then turn around and hit him if you have to. Snowflake on this guy. You want to use your clap when it feels like your team is about to take a bunch of damage or they're pushing into a choke or something. Hey, here's where you probably have to break it. Here, yeah, nice. Or like, yeah, when you think your team is about to take a bunch of damage, but when you use your clap here, I don't think it's the best way to do it. It seemed like you just kind of used it. Where is it? It's like a good catch-up mechanic. But here you're using it just because it seems like. What causes you to do it here? I mean, he was half health, but he wasn't going to be dying, you know? Team is doing really good, but now they're getting lost in the sauce. What are they doing? Another pick. That guy's a lost fucking cause. Is that your teammate? What's going on? Gotta be thinking about what we're gonna use our ult for here. Are we gonna... Oh, jeez. Yeah, you're constantly in these positions too where you have to like... Your rocket has pretty decent positioning in these sort of scenarios, it seems like. But also it just has no idea when to use his ult. You're constantly having to run back and heal somebody instead of just like being in a position where you see everything on the map, you know? Standing here, you see boom, 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 boom. And their whole team rotated too. Or like teleported, so there's nothing you have to worry about from behind you. Yeah, and you don't need to cross these chokes. You can stand still and... What the fuck is that guy doing, bro? You can stand still and not put yourself in danger by standing here. You just stand here and do all this healing. It's okay to stand still in games. Here's where I'm looking to pop my ult because I can't keep healing up on everybody. Yep. Ends up getting 2. I think this is, yeah, totally fine. Great.
Bullets bested again by spell work.
Wasn't paying attention. How does he die? You like tricked yourself. You're going the right way, and then you hesitated. He actually jukes. He jukes you. Just yeah. I don't know. You're probably seeing this and you're like, fuck. But you took the scenic route, basically. Kinda no reason, like, kinda no reason to use your sleep there. Yeah, it hits, but is it bang, bang, nice. But did it really get value? Probably not. It just happened to hit somebody that's like running down the choke, and they probably woke up instantly from taking damage. He was doing good. Wonder if you end up... Looks like you lose this game. No reason to be this close. Literally. What is... Dude, like, I keep... Your team just does not think, and then they walk up and die. It's just crazy. They could keep... Literally just keep playing how they're playing. Okay, tank here. Supports either there or here or up high ground. DPS here on the right. Maybe here. Literally do that every single time and you'll just win the game. But for some reason, tank is pushing over there, bro. It's crazy to me. It's just crazy. Again, you're kind of putting yourself in the middle of the whole choke. Not ideal. You're like walking up to the person who's low and then hitting them, but you can do that from afar. You can do that. There's no like fall off healing. See, standing in the middle for what? No point of even pushing in until you have your tank, so yeah, playing here is fine. Don't think anybody was taking lethal damage or anything like that, so this is probably a waste of a shift. Doing good on like reloading and whatnot. He's fine. Probably just keep your snowflake on your tank. Yeah, bro, you're standing in the middle. You're standing in the choke. So then you will be taking up healing from your supports, and then people have to start worrying about you. You being here is a liability. You have liability positioning. Play here. Play over here. Just stand out of the fucking choke.
I am ready to put on a show.
You're forced to use your ult because of where you're standing.
Thanks so much.
That's probably cooked because of that. Snowflake him. If you really, really have to catch up on healing on one tank, just snowflake him early.
Thanks so much. Snowball fight.
It's a fine sleep. What did you use your sleep on? Like, maybe a sleep 20... Right there. That sleep affects the rest of this game because of... Now you don't have it for a little bit until right now. Maybe if you got it earlier, you wouldn't be taking damage and you'd be able to focus on healing on this guy.
Snowball fight.
But now you're just behind. And you have to catch up. They cap. You get walled. You run into the line of sight right on top of your tank in order to heal him.
Do I throw like a girl?
You wouldn't be here if you like. There's so much from earlier on that affects this very moment. Like, who knows, dude? If you used your sleep like correctly, maybe you would already be back here, you know. But because of how you're using it now, and also walking into the middle of the choke, walking right onto your tanks, you're just in this position where you die, and now looks like game is lost. And don't get me wrong, like, your team fucked up enormously the whole time, but each mistake that you make adds to the total amount of mistakes, and you're the only person that can like carry games. If you think about it, you're the only person consistently in your own games, and you're the only person that can carry these games. No one else gives a single fuck. No one else cares enough to get coaching, to get better at the game. They're just queuing up the go into the fucking enemy spawn, die, even though we're holding so well for so long. Where the fuck is this? Wait, I want you to watch this shit.
Need some help.
More scum scraped off.
This is every other player in the game getting absolutely mind controlled. Look, by the enemy being in position. What, bro? What, bro? Are you kidding me?
I am strengthened for battle.
These are your teammates. These are your teammates. And this is how it is every single game. They're all doing this dumbass shit.
They hit a checkpoint.
Look at this, look at this.
Time to stop them. It's now or never.
Where's bro? You're the only one that can carry.
I'm hunkering down.
That's all I got, bro. You're good though. You can climb. For sure. You just need a little, you know, a couple minor touch-ups and you're straight up chilling.